Well, the ANC is trying to woo voters down in the Western Cape ahead of those elections come 1 November. NEC member Naledi Pandor is busy visiting the Bo-Kaap community in Cape Town. Residents there have been for years complaining about increasing property rates and new developments, which they say make it unaffordable to live in the homes that they have been living in for years. Lindsay Dentlinger is there for us. So, Lindsay, a lot to try and handle, especially when it comes to local residents, and not long to go to the elections. How's Naledi Pandor going to try and fix all this?
Well, Gareth, we'll ask the Minister herself in just a moment how she plans to do that. But, you know, this is really a very historic part of the city, steeped in history. And often we just see the pretty parts of the Bo-Kaap, those that attract thousands of tourists every year. But as you've pointed out, this is a heritage area. And property rates, because of its location, has often made residents here feel that they're being driven out of an area they've lived in for years. This is a part of the city that falls within a DA-controlled ward. Minister Naledi Pandor is here speaking to people door to door in these flats which have been here for years. Minister, what kind of issues have residents been raising with you over the days that you've been moving through these parts?
There are so many issues. I don't quite know where to begin, but afternoon to all the viewers of eNCA. Firstly, the condition of the flats. Many of the flats are in a state of disrepair, you can see for yourself. They haven't been painted for many years. The residents here are primarily pensioners, a few with children. Their parents bought these houses and were not issued with certificates that confirm the quality of the electrical wiring and the water system. So the conditions of the electrical wiring are extremely poor. They've been approaching the metro for many, many years, but Cape Town City Council has not been responsive. On the other side, and creating quite a worrying divide, you have occupants of council flats. These community members pay rent. They get no services, doors are broken, there are no locks on many of the doors, windows are broken. The plumbing needs to be done. They call and call and call, no one comes forward. So it's really a sad situation. But it's what we're seeing in most of the areas of the Western Cape where black people live, is that there are no services. So this ideal of this wonderful service that is provided by the Western Cape is not proven by the reality of the marginalized and vulnerable in this city.
Unfortunately for these residents, we're on the slopes of Table Mountain, but the reality is that this area falls within a greater ward, more affluent areas just further up on the mountain, and a DA stronghold. How does the ANC then go about swaying residents to vote for the ANC in what is typically a DA stronghold?
Well, what we've been saying to residents is a key principle of the ANC's equity, that resources must be distributed to all the people of South Africa and not just to a few. This is a very wealthy metro with a R1 billion budget, and I think that the metro can do much better in ensuring that the poor also receive services. The councillors that will be elected by the ANC, or from the ANC, will be councillors who will serve all the people of Cape Town and not just some of the wealthy people of Cape Town. This is what we're saying.
This is also a significant heritage area. There were promises made here some weeks ago by other NEC members campaigning here that this would be protected as such, and so that developers don't swoop in and drive people out of this neighborhood. What is the ANC's view on how you can protect this area and protect the residents who have lived here for many decades?
Well, I think while gentrification, as the community calls it, is a very big problem, the key issue is services. And that is the role of local government. People must feel that their government cares for them. They must feel that services are provided. They shouldn't be staying in a room where water is leaking because nobody bothers to come and repair a pipe. And you are 70 years old, you've got to be moving furniture around because your ceiling is about to fall on you. This is unacceptable. The ANC if elected, will provide services to people, will engage with people so that all the areas of policy are addressed. Indeed, heritage sites must be protected, but the key is the people of South Africa should feel I am cared for.
Thank you very much. Minister Naledi Pandor here in the Bo-Kaap today, Gareth, where she says if the ANC elected in this ward, promising services to community here who really struggle to make ends meet and living in deplorable conditions, and they don't feel that the DA-run city is providing those services that they need.
And Lindsay, as we've heard from residents over the years, they would, I think, agree with some of what the ANC is saying. It is a heritage site and they should be much better looked after. Lindsay Dentlinger, thank you very much. Back to you again as we continue to follow the election campaigning, the promises, the manifestos, as we get ready for what is the moment of truth come the 1st of November.